नहीं कह सकते कि इसका असर सिर्फ बड़ों पर है, बच्चों पर नहीं। जैसा कि मैंने कहा, आपके बच्चों के पास भी सेल फोन है। ये नहीं कह सकते कि ये सिर्फ मर्दों की बात है, औरतों की नहीं, कि क्योंकि सेल फोन्स मर्दों के पास भी हैं, औरतों के पास भी हैं। ये भी नहीं कह सकते कि ये सिर्फ अमीर लोगों का प्रॉब्लम है, दूसरे लोगों का नहीं है, क्योंकि आज सेल फोन मतलब छोटे से छोटे घर में है, घर के सदस्यों के पास है, एंड राइटफुली सो। इट्स अ फैंटास्टिक पीस ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, इट्स अ फैंटास्टिक पीस टूल फॉर कम्युनिकेशन। इससे जानकारी दुनिया भर की आपकी फ़ोन पे आ जाती है, बट वी आर जस्ट सेइंग कैन दिस बी यूज्ड सेफली। इस टेक्नोलॉजी को हम थोड़ा सेफ बना दें अपने लिए, अपने बच्चों के लिए। एंड आवर रिक्वेस्ट टू द इंडस्ट्री वुड बी कि these antennas, this Wi-Fi system that we have, can this be further smartened to be safe for us? आपने इनकी बातें सुनी होंगी। मैं आप ही से पूछूंगी, आपको क्या लगा? एनी ऑफ यू, आप लोग यहाँ पर एक घंटे से सुन रहे हैं बातें। I'd just like to ask you, what do you feel at the end of it?
I would just say that this is what we say, great studies, I mean, in-depth studies, and of course there is truth in it. It is a question of society, government, the companies coming together. If they don't come on a table, then this is never going to be a solution. I'm just saying everyone come to a table. And I would just want to concur with Juhi. This is not us coming here to, what do you say, bring down technology. We're not Luddites. We're just saying safer. So I appreciate that point. Let's just be seen as anti-technology.
No.
Not anti-technology, we're trying to pro-health.
Yeah, please,
Yes,
Apoli.
we are definitely not anti-technology. We all use it. We're just pro-health. That's, I think, a very important difference.
As Juhi said, put hand on the window, probably you're touching it. That's the truth today.
Yeah,
and
and
in fact, ma'am, to Dr. Davis, I would like to tell you, there's another aspect which probably you don't know. It is the huge, what do you say, incentive, obviously monetary incentive given to housing societies by, what do you say, mobile companies that has caused this thing. They say it's so many thousands, so many lakhs rent per month.
I think there's a very simple, no, your government needs money, right? Why don't you put them on government buildings? Let the government get the money.
Government buildings are not everywhere.
Well, I mean, I don't understand. Why should it only be for private people to make the money? Why doesn't the government put it on their buildings and make money, and then they can monitor it?
Very fair.
But as I said, government, mobile companies and the public needs to come.
You're right. I think the industry, the citizens, and scientists, people who are technically informed and learned about this, if all three come together, I'm sure there will be solutions.
As your ma'am said, asbestos, DDT, it's the same thing. Everyone needs to come together.
Yeah, it needs to come together.
Nobody gains if, in fact, we bankrupt an industry. No one's interested in doing that. I've written books about what happens when you wait too long in an industry and you do bankrupt it. That's what happened with parts of the asbestos industry, and the tobacco industry is as diversified now. But we're not looking to be seeing an industry suffer. We want people to prosper, and we understand you really can't call it a smartphone if it kills brain cells. So let's get really smart about how we design this technology. And I'm confident that all of the smart software engineers in India are going to come up with better operating systems and better hardware to make these things safer and work more efficiently. Just as one example, in the United States today, there's a growing movement to make schools use wired versus Wi-Fi. In Israel, with all the problems of Israel now, they've created a national institute just last month for wireless and cell phone safety. And that National Institute recommends no Wi-Fi in schools until age 8, and then only 2 to 3 hours a week.
Yeah, sure.
I'll translate for you. He says that the operators had a conference at the Oberoi Hotel, and I was also present, and he says that they said that with mobile phones,
Ask them, why is the fine print warnings? We want to call on industry to work with us. And I'm actually working with the former president of Microsoft of Canada, a man named Frank Clegg now, to come up with constructive policies on this issue. We want to promote smarter technology. All of our children need to know how to use computers. Nobody denies that, but they don't need to be wireless. They need to be wired.
1 second, please. Just 1 second. 1 minute. आपने ये प्रेजेंटेशन पूरा देखा नहीं है, उसके लिए आपको पता नहीं है जो मैडम ने कहा है. I'm just telling him that he has not watched your presentation, and therefore this question.
He should look at your website.
Yeah. So we'll put up this on my website, and you can contact me. But before you come to any conclusion from that side or this side, I would like to take this opportunity in reading out to you.
I think Professor Kumar wants to say something to us. आपने जो प्रश्न पूछा, उनके पास उनका कुछ उत्तर. My friend has a cell phone, so I need to have one too. Parents come under pressure from the kids. I have a pediatrician, who has literally looked after my kids, and he's a very well-known person in South Mumbai. I was talking to him, and he said, "Why don't parents? But that is if they are aware. Why don't parents say no to the children?" But we have to make the parents aware. We have to make all our people aware of what a phone might do. There's a darker side to technology. There always is. There's a darker side to everything. Forget just a phone. आप अच्छा खाना भी हर रोज खाएंगे ना, तो भी तबीयत बिगड़ जाएगी. Overuse of anything will cause you harm. Now here we are overusing a very fantastic and a very a very fine piece of technology as though it's a toy. But it's not a toy. And that's all we really need people to understand.
Yes.
And really that's where I think you come in. The more people get to know, they themselves will start waking up for themselves. Then you won't have just 3 people sitting here and talking to you. Your whole community will wake up and they will pressurize the government to seriously take some action. But we don't want this to take years. ऐसा नहीं हो सालों लग जाए. हम लोग डेटा कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि इसके कान के like they said, इसके कान की सुनने की क्षमता गुम हो गई, दूसरे के बच्चे नहीं हो रहे हैं, छोटे बच्चों को ट्यूमर्स हो रहे हैं, कान में हो रहे हैं, इधर दांत में हो रहे हैं. ये सब कलेक्ट करते करते साल ना निकल जाए, बहुत सारे लोगों की जान ना निकल जाए, और तब हम लोग बोलें अरे यार किया क्यों नहीं. तो जो कल कर सकते ना आज कर लें, और जो आज कर लें तो वो तो अभी कर लें. तो हम बस उसी के लिए प्रयास कर रहे हैं और आपकी मदद चाहते हैं. मैं वो सब नहीं कहना चाहूँगी. मैं तो कहती हूँ इसमें जैसे आपने कहा ना कॉफ़ी इज इन द सेम थिंग. ये तो प्रोफेसर कुमार no that's okay. You have a choice in how much coffee you want to drink. But if you're living in front of an antenna, do you have a choice how much radiation you are about to absorb? You do not. So there's a huge difference here, and I wouldn't like to comment on other things, who's under pressure or not. I'm saying let us all wake up and let us put the pressure on the government to take action. Yeah? So let's just be proactive rather than, point fingers. So,
what are the rays coming out from the radiation which disturb human body?
Sorry?
What are the rays coming out from radiation that is disturbing human body?
I think he kind of
आप,
wants to